Okay, so maybe called different things in different places, but today I'll be talking about ICT. If you don't know what ICT is, I'll tell you. It's a technology subject at school. It goes by other names such as IT and technology, but ICT stands for Information Computer Technology. At least I think it does. I'm too lazy to look it up. But as I was saying, I did ICT last year and I hated it. I know someone who's addicted to the internet like myself hated ICT. Yeah, well, I have my reasons. So, ICT, more like ICT-errible. Get it? It's the title of the video. I'll just show myself out. So last year, my second year of high school, we got to choose our elective subjects. Be it for we were just trying subjects, and I was pumped. They gave us a little pamphlet thingo telling us what topics we'd be covering and what subjects, so we know what we're getting ourselves into, which is pretty cool of them. We could only pick 3, so I felt like I was in some dystopian movie and I had to pick what I was doing for the rest of my life. In the end, I chose Japanese, art, and ICT. The first two are pretty obvious why I chose them. I chose Japanese because I'm a huge weeb. Just kidding. I chose it because I'd gotten A+ throughout that whole year, so I wanted to keep pursuing it. So I did it and went on school to Japan, and you all know how that went down. I chose art because, well, I like to draw. I chose ICT because I want to be a storyboard artist when I finish school. And the pamphlet said that we would be doing animation, so I was on board. All seemed well, right? Well, no, not really. You see, we're going to be doing animation that was until the last term of the year, so I had to just deal with these other topics I didn't really care about. Not that big of a problem, but then I actually started ICT. Okay, so here was the first problem with ICT that occurred on the very first class. I had no friends in my class. All my friends that did ICT were in the class right next door. I was so close, yet so far. I didn't make a friend in my ICT class until term 3, because my friend that was in the other class was supposed to be in my class, but he was going to the wrong class for half the year. You could do that! First term of ICT, I had Ms. Tina Fey. I'm just going to call her that because that's what she looked like. For the first term, we were learning how to use a computer, which is the most pointless topic to teach in ICT. I mean, why would you do ICT in the first place if you didn't know how to use a computer? What's the use? Sorry, I just had to vent there. It's not really anything noteworthy happened in that term. It was just boring because we already knew how to do everything. Along came term 2. My teacher for term 1 left because she was going to get married. By the way, get used to this. We got a new teacher, and I'm going to call him Mr. Doofus because he was a doofus. He didn't even know how to use a computer. We were making video games that term, which honestly was probably the best topic we covered that year, but Mr. Doofus didn't even teach us anything. We just watched video tutorials on how to use a program. And then for our assignment, we had to make a video game, and we had to have an opening cutscene. We worked on this for about half of the term, and get this, I had to spend the whole lesson explaining to Mr. Doofus what a cutscene was. Seriously? And then at the end of the term, the lesson before we had to hand in the assignment, he told us that there was a written piece that we had to hand in with it. We had to talk about a game, and none of us had started it. I managed to finish it on time, surprisingly, and they didn't even mark it and he left! Term 3 rolled around and we got a new teacher, again. I'll call this one Miss Tomato because she literally looked like a tomato. Turns out she marked our assignment from the previous term. When I got my results back, I got a B-. She then told me that my game was worth an A+, but my written piece, which counted for the majority of our marks, was only a C+. What? You're telling me that the majority of our marks came from some dumb written piece that we had a lesson to work on, and not the actual game that we spent half a term on? Term 3 was pretty boring. We did graphic design, I can't even remember what grade I got, so that just goes to show for that. Term 4 finally came around, and I thought this was going to redeem the whole year. I was finally going to be able to do animation. I came in and I asked our teacher, who was of course a completely different teacher from the previous term, asked him if we were going to be doing animation, and do you know what he said? Nah, we might be doing it next year though. That's it, I'm done. Nope. Bye. See ya. Turns out we were doing web design instead, so the pamphlet lied! And to make it worse, this teacher was the worst teacher I had all year. He's randomly snapped and went crazy with anger for no reason. I'll call him Mr. Seal, because there were 3 Mr. Seals at the school, and they were all related. Young Man Seal was my ICT teacher and the really mean one. There was Music Seal, as everyone called him, and he was the music teacher, obviously, and he was actually nice. And then there was their dad, Old Man Seal. He was the grouchiest old substitute teacher that nobody liked, and I could make a whole other video about him, which I probably will. So we were doing web design, but at this point I was just over it, didn't even try. Me and my friend Michael spent most of the time looking at dumb pictures on Google Images. In fact, I tried to fail. Put no effort into my assignment, but I still passed. Put pictures of Scooby-Doo everywhere. So yeah, that was my terrible experience with ICT. After that year, me and my friend Michael dropped out of ICT and changed to drama, which was way better. Also, I asked my friend who still does ICT if he's doing animation this year, and he told me that they might be doing it. Seeing if they do a topic on animation, I don't even care anymore. I'm glad I left ICT. So, I want to say thank you all for watching my video, and I'm sorry that it took a little while to come out because, well, this video is going for over 5 minutes now, and that took quite a bit of time to animate, so next one will definitely be a lot shorter. And I had a friend that asked me that thought my channel name was pronounced Camody, but it's not, it's pronounced Camody, just to get that straight. And yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy this video, and my next one will hopefully be just as enjoyable. I got a lot of support from the last video, which is really great. I like to know that you guys are enjoying my stuff. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.